everyone, welcome to the community classroom. This is Dr. Tracey McCarthy, psychologist, attorney, and educator, and we're going to be very briefly discussing what a national emergency is, and we're going to look at the issue of mobilization in relation to a national emergency. And as a quick reminder, if this video is shown on any other site other than Dr. Tracey McCarthy, it is stolen and unauthorized. Currently, several media outlets are reporting that the White House is preparing a draft emergency order for a national emergency, and that there has been an identification of $7 billion for a wall on the United States southern border. And so let's quickly look at what a national emergency is and the mobilization that goes along with that. And then we're going to quickly look at a few executive orders that came before this particular process. The standard understanding of the dynamic of a national emergency is simply a state of emergency, and it results from this perception of a danger or some sort of threat to a nation. And in this particular instance, we're talking about the United States. And this threat can result from what will be a domestic source, or it can result from a foreign source. And a national emergency is essentially declared by a governmental authority such as the Congress or the President. And let's quickly look at a few of the executive orders related to Middle America / Central America that were put into place prior to the time period we're in now. These came out last year. One was related to Venezuela, and it came out in May of 2018. And then there was a subsequent one related to Venezuela that came out in November of 2018. And here we have two additional executive orders related to the Americas, and one is related to Nicaragua, and then another one related to sanctions. Now, the one related to Nicaragua also came out in November of 2018, and then you have the other one related to countering America's adversaries that came out in September. And again, instead of getting most of your news related to what's going on, related to the government shutdown or anything related to government, it's sometimes best to get that information directly from the Federal Register or looking at different bills that have been introduced in Congress so that you can see firsthand what's going on versus getting it through a mediated source such as mass media. Now, national emergencies are not unheard of. Presidents and Congress can declare them, and they do. And one of the things that goes along with a national emergency is a dynamic known as mobilization. And mobilization is basically a national assembly and organization of national resources to support the national objectives during whether it's a war or some other type of emergency. And right now, the emergency has been identified as the southern border. And when you have a mobilization, what you're mobilizing basically is the military. And so you have the armed forces, including reservists. They are brought to what is known as a state of readiness. And then you might have full mobilization or partial mobilization. Now, the last thing to remember is that a national emergency typically involves an external threat to national security when you're talking about mobilization. And given the fact that $7 billion, that amount has been found in order to fund whatever needs to be done for the border security. It appears that that could have been found before, and this government shutdown could have been averted. It's unclear why it has gotten to this point and why there could not be a vote with the Congress, meaning the House and the Senate, to get this moving forward without having gone through this shutdown and the reduction in federal services. Remember, knowledge is power. Take care and see you soon.